Hi there! Thank you so much for joining me today. This is Julie DiMatteo with thepaperpixie.com, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this adorable treat holder. It's almost like an explosion treat holder that holds 2 green and black chocolates. And those chocolates just fit perfectly inside this box. I want to give credit to fellow German demonstrator Christina Rock from papersmiley.com. She had a similar project to this. I just tweaked the measurements so that they would perfectly fit 2 green and black chocolates. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to use a piece of designer series paper from Picture Perfect Party. It's a beautiful stack of 6x6 designer series papers. Bright, beautiful colors, perfect for birthdays. I thought this would be kind of a cute little party favor for a birthday or even just for any random act of kindness. But this piece of designer series paper measures 5 3/8 by 5 3/8. Using the Simply Scored, on one side we're going to go ahead and score this at 1.5 inches and 3 7/8. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees and score it on the next side at 1.5, 2, 3.5, and 4. Then what I want you to do is rotate it back 90 degrees, so counterclockwise, and make a little tick mark at 3 1/8. Okay, this top section here from the scoring is slightly smaller by about 1/8 of an inch from this bottom section. And so we want to make sure that we make that little tick mark at 3 1/8 on this top smaller section. Now I want you to fold and burnish on all the vertical and horizontal score lines. Now the top side where you made that tick mark, again, this is our top section. Let me bring in a template here. Now we are going to cut away some pieces. So first, what I want you to do is to cut away these 2 corner pieces, but both of these 2 sections. Okay, so the outside corners and then the next little skinny section, we're going to go ahead and remove those sections. And the tick mark's going to help you where we're going to do the cutting, because this is actually going to be the top of our box. So again, we've cut away those 2 sections in the corner. All right, so we're gonna have a piece that looks like this. Okay, so using that tick mark and wherever you can see it easiest, you're gonna cut from tick mark at the diagonal, stopping at that first horizontal score line. So tick mark, and I'm just eyeballing this to remove that corner, and then we're gonna do the same thing from the tick mark to the intersection of that next horizontal score line. And then you're going to be left with this little diagonal flap. Just gives the box a little bit more interest. So now I'm going to flip this over. It's just going to be easier to see. So that's what we've done. We've cut away the outside corners and then these little angular pieces. Now, what we're going to put in here now are the diagonal folds that are going to go radiate outwards. And the easiest way to do this, we don't need to make score lines. You certainly can if you want to, but we can actually do this manually. So what I like to do is kind of fold this back over, and we're going to, I kind of either put my fingernail here or my bone folder, and I want to line up this score line to this edge, and that's going to give us that diagonal fold. And you can reinforce that diagonal fold on the inside with the bone folder, but let me just show you what we did. So we met up this fold with this edge like so. And we're going to continue to do that in all 4 of these outside sections. So again, we're going to go ahead and fold from score line to the edge, creating that diagonal fold. Like so. I'm going to turn the box around and continue to do the same thing. Again, we've just put that diagonal fold in, and then the last one. So again, I'm just meeting this score line with this edge to create that diagonal fold. Okay, so now you'll see that our box is coming together. These are going to fold in. We're going to go ahead and put in our green and black chocolates. And those should fit perfectly inside there. Okay? So now let's do a little bit of stamping before we put together the rest of this box. I'm going to use the stamp set Ready to Pop and the sentiment Enjoy. We're going to stamp that on Whisper White with Pool Party ink. And I'm actually going to bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat to make sure that we get a good stamp impression with this stamp set. As it dries, that ink is going to even out a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and punch this out with our 1-inch circle punch. It's going to give us a really nice white border around that sentiment. And then I'm going to punch with our new 1 1/8 scallop circle punch, a scallop circle out of Bermuda Bay. And using liquid glue, I'm going to attach those two together. Okay, now to the back of this, I am going to stick an 8mm by 1/2 millimeter magnet. I ordered these from Spider Magnets on eBay. Love these magnets. These are super, super thin. I think you can see that on the camera. So I'm just going to go ahead and use glue dots. I'm going to pick up a glue dot with my paper piercer, stick that to the back of the magnet, and then I'll stick the magnet to the back of this little scallop circle piece. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to glue this piece down with the magnet right over kind of the point of this little flap. And so I'm going to do that by just using some liquid glue and putting glue towards the bottom of that diagonal. I'm going to go ahead and place the sentiment over the top. And I'll kind of let the flap open and then hold it into place. We want to make sure that that paper covers that magnet. We're going to kind of hide the magnet there. It also helps to reduce the strength just slightly so we don't have any broken magnets. Okay, now I'm going to take the other magnet, drop it over the other magnet, and it should line up the proper positive and negative. I'm going to grab a glue dot, stick it to that magnet, and then while holding my box in place, go ahead and fold it where I want it to go, press down, and then because that glue dot was there, that's going to stick to the paper. It's going to go right where we want it to go. And I just reinforce it by pressing it into place. And then we've got our little magnetic closure there. Now I'm going to grab a metallic enamel shapes. This is the smallest little circle from the silver. Just going to put that right underneath the word enjoy just for a little bit of added bling. And there we go. We have our adorable explosion treat holder that perfectly holds 2 green and blacks chocolates. And it was super quick and easy to make. So thank you so much for watching today. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. If you're in the US and you're interested in purchasing any of the products I used today, they'll be linked in the description. I'll also include a link to my detailed blog post for all project details and measurements. I'd love to have you come visit me at thepaperpixie.com where I post projects every weekday to inspire you. And I have options for you to subscribe to receive my blog updates via email as well as my newsletter. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed day. Take care. Bye.